I'm always glad to be back here again. Welcome and thanks for joining us on Farmer's Diary. I'm your host, Iwe Sekunde. On this platform, we devote our time and resources to bring to you discussions on how we can increase food production, create jobs, as well as improve on food security and livelihood through agriculture. Lately, there has been reports of the threat that the crude oil from where Nigeria generates her source of money for economic development will soon dry up. Meaning, there is an urgent need to exploit other ways to sustain the economic development of the nation. Hence, the recent focus on the agricultural sector. And so, a lot has been happening lately in this sector. That's talking about the agricultural sector. We assure you that if you continue to stick with us here on Farmer's Diary, we will bring you up to speed with all the important agricultural information, especially on how you can key in to benefit. Top on our lineup today is the highlight of an agricultural entrepreneurial roundtable where stakeholders shared knowledge and opportunities bound in the agricultural sector. Let's take a listen.
Most times we look down on farmers, and farmers also look down on ourselves. But the event have tended now to their favor, where the whole world now, including Nigeria, is now trying to focus mainly on agric, because we know that is about solution or way out of our present economic predicament. The round table is a discussing issues where we meet farmers, we meet people in the finance industry, we meet the stakeholders, and to educate ourselves and network, and so that we can go to the next level. That's the purpose of the roundtable, and also support the vision of the Federal Ministry of Agric and their Green Alternative Book and their vision for 2020. We believe the scopers and students, they are the future of tomorrow, so we got to focus on them. They must not be ignored, because we have so many old men that are farming, but they don't have who to pass it down to. So we want the youth to be very, very interested in farming, not only music or entertainment, something. That's why we are focusing there. Because people think farming is dirty. People when they think of farmer, they just think it's just hoe and cutlass and stuff like that. But it's more than that. Farming is now strugglation, because you can even be a corporate farmer. You can sit with your white shirt and tie and still be in the agri-business. You must not go to till the ground to be in the agri-business. You can be any part of the value chain and do it in the agri-business. So that's to encourage graduates, then educate people from the white-collar job sector to please think of agri-business, that they should not look at farming as a dirty business. Business is started by ideas, not money. You can have all the money in the world, that doesn't make you a successful businessman. So the youth should think of money now. Let them develop the ideas, let them develop the passion, determination, drive, and passion. And then the money will come from somewhere. There's money for business all over the world, including Nigeria. Oh yes, this is our first business roundtable. Next year, say October, we shall be doing one. We don't know whether it be in Abuja or in the state, but my chairman have said it might be in Cross River State, Calabar. This is an annual event supported by an NGO, socialinyourbusiness.org. And we are bringing international financiers from abroad, mostly from London. We're bringing international stakeholders now, so people can actually network and have a view of the global farming business. Every week we give free newsletter to the public. So just go to our website, socialinyourbusiness.org, and ask questions there. You'll be answered. And every week we have free newsletter from Social in Your Business. It's there weekly. Every week we do that.
Problem of unemployment has been a very big one, eating deep into Nigerian youth, and this event has really impacted so much on not just us as COP members, but also to the Nigerian youth. I am very privileged, and our COP members as a whole. On this book, the tips on how to start up a farm is here, either a poultry or fish farming and seafood and so on. All the tips are here and how to start it and the money involved. After the orientation given to us, I feel I need just little capital to start up farming. And personally, I want to go into poultry. And I know I will do very well with the tips he has given us. I say God will bless him for all that he has put in place to give us this orientation. Book he launched today is titled The Farmer's Entrepreneur. This is the book. Everything on how to start up your farm is in here. The pests and diseases that affect your crops, all of that, they are also here. So if you read this book, I think you'll be very successful so far as farming is concerned.
Well, like you heard there, the event was climaxed with the launch of a book. The youths are already taken into the tips from the altar. So, what are you waiting for? Anyways, good enough, the organizers have assured us that the event is an annual one. So, if you missed out on this one, make sure you closely monitor the date for next year's edition. Remember, I did tell you, a lot of information will be shared here always. So, don't switch the channel as we have a lot more to come here. Food production is a long chain which creates opportunities capable of employing a lot of people. One of the vitals of this chain is the field of the food scientist. Although relatively unpopular in this climb, the reasons the president and some members of the Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology let us into their shells during the 41st conference and annual general meeting held in Abuja with the theme Rejuvenating the Nigerian Economy through Promotion of the Food Value Chain. Let's take a listen.
Well, my take is that you can say it is relatively unknown, but I guess from morning till evening, you would have practically consumed maybe 20 to 30 or even 50 products that have been researched, developed, produced, and regulated by food scientists globally. What we add as a value to food security in Nigeria is very enormous. Because in the first instance, if food does not become a business, it cannot be sustainable. And we have seen that practically in Nigeria. We have for many years been spending money on agriculture, year in and year out. And we have not been recording substantive improvement. You know, Nigeria has steadily been leading in the importation of food materials, from milk to sugar to rice, wheat, you know, and so many things. So much so that our bill has become enormously huge that it's threatening our own security. The reason is very simple, because food processing or food development is a chain which is from production to processing and to consumption. Now, what was missing in Nigeria has been the processing. And because the food scientist has not been recognized, his value has not been used, so consequently, the chain has been broken. And as such, you produce, then you have a glut, and then you don't have market, because people don't buy what is just a raw material. The processing is very poor because the profession has not been developed, has not been recognized. So in other words, you buy rice from outside because it is well processed. You buy every food from outside because you believe it is clean, it is neat and safe. So if it is only when we introduce value addition into our food chain, then we can realize sustainability and food security. And then we realize that the food has to be safe, has to be wholesome, and then has to be nutritious. Otherwise, we are just joking.
I also want to congratulate us as a professional body for choosing the theme of our conference this year. That is rejuvenating the Nigerian economy through the promotion of the food value chain. I think this is apt, this is timely, this synchronizes with the situation of the country. We are just coming out of the recession, and to synchronize our role in terms of supporting the country to not only come out of the recession, but to grow the economy, I think is very, very apt and well thought out. I want to say with all due respect, we are blessed in terms of the human resource. From these, our elders, and those behind them following through us and those behind us, NIBS is blessed with national and international human resource. The only unfortunate thing is that we have not harnessed that resource and link ourselves with the political class and get the political class educated of who we are, what we represent, and what is the value that we are going to add to this country.
As scientists, we need to speak with one voice. We need to amplify our voices. Anything that you know is a scientific endeavor, because science it does not lie, it tells you the truth. It is evidence-based, it is a driver of change. Without science, we can't even be in this room. And that is why there's regulation. Electricity, we are using it, we're enjoying it. But it's something that, if it is not regulated, it can just wipe out a population in few seconds. That's just it. So regulation is the key. That is just it. It's just for us to call on our government to really equip our institutions, especially the National Biosafety Management Agency, that is a regulatory agency that is the focal point, the national focal point on biosafety in Nigeria. And so, to correct most of these information and misrepresentation of GM crops, of course, OFAB was created. We have the rural area sessions targeting farmers and end users. We have monthly meetings featuring expert presentations, discussions, and an opportunity for stakeholders to interact. Other special sessions targeting other stakeholders, Nigerian regulators, schools outreach, catching them young. We have that. Media, policymakers, seed companies, all and sundry. You're also part of it, the Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology. Of course, I'm also a member. I'm one of you.
But we must decide as a nation, which way are we going? Biotechnology, it will give up the kind of leapfrogging that we had with telephone when we moved from the days of where we are carrying telephones to now the digital age of the phones. So biotechnology, what it allows us to do is to increase the yields of certain crops, and also, in many cases, to improve the nutritional value. We should promote biotechnology, but we should know what we want from it. And I must add that, as in any technology, no technology is completely safe. The important thing is that there must be regulation. And what I worry is that for us, really, I don't think that that regulatory framework is fully in place, so that people are not doing research that could lead to creation of ultimately monsters or crops that can now eventually even damage our environment. So we need to be careful from that standpoint. What we should be doing is, again, promoting research in that regard, establishing ethical research, where again the government is the one that is driving it.
I study agriculture. Actually, my main course of study is food science and technology, of which is the post-harvest processing of agricultural produce. And I think one of the reasons why Nigeria is lacking in the agricultural area is for us to have post-harvest preservation and storage of our agricultural produce. And for us to announce this reason, we have to endeavor to go in depth into the preservation and processing technology behind and after the after the agricultural produce of everything. So that is the major reason why. And with a passion of food, to make food security being something we forgot in Nigeria, being able for us to be viable, to even supply our own need availability of food before we start exporting it and support other people. So it's a goal I have. That is why anywhere I go, I am an ambassador of food science and technology.
If you study food science and technology, you can stay on your own even if you can get white-collar job from the government. Because me as a young food scientist and technologist, I have many knowledge in the area of food processing, food safety, value addition, post-harvest technology.
No, and I'm really happy that I had to choose this course because I didn't really know what it was before, but now I know and I'm happy I'm studying it.
Science is a very good course. You can be self-employed, and normally it's very lucrative. And with the way one can't do without food now. Like everything you are generating, everything is just revolving about food.
You're still watching Farmers Diary on AIT Abuja, and our aim here is to highlight the various opportunities bound in the lucrative agricultural sector, like the field of the food sciences. Now, we know that as one of them, you may wish to be self-employed and even become an employer of labor. Little wonder, economists have identified agriculture as the sure way to increasing massive employment for the teeming unemployed population in the world. But as you know, each profession has its rules. Today, let's hear from the #1 farmer of the nation, that's talking about the president of the Oil Farmers Association of Nigeria, AFAN, on what, who, and how one can be certified a farmer in Nigeria. Or is it an all-comers affair, as I imagine?
Once you do agriculture, once you are a farmer, and a farmer means also, if you even have intentions to be a farmer or you sell agricultural produce, you are a farmer. So automatically there are forms for membership in every local government in this country and in every ward. So it's just a matter of filling that form, being a member and getting an ID card. If you pay for an ID card and you get it, you will flaunt it anywhere in this country that you are a member of AFAN, and there is no segregation. Since the launch of the green alternative, there is a big pull, even from the youth and women, into agriculture. So we look forward to even the occasion of the Farmers' Day to celebrate or to come in solidarity with this administration, because this is something that is unique. The political will to do agriculture is here and now. Everybody attests to that. And so many youth have come to me here and telling me that now they have several hectares of land and they are working on it. So everybody is now embracing agriculture. People are getting away from other jobs, like, you know, in oil and all that. Because as you know, oil is no longer what it used to be. We have so many conflicts in even exploring for oil, and even the sales, the prices are coming down, and it's universal, it's all over the world. So the best thing is to diversify our economy, and there is nowhere better than agriculture, because our economy in the beginning, like when I was going to school, it was agriculture. We had scholarships, we had everything. The economy was purely agriculture. So what is going to happen now is, or what is happening today is going back to agriculture, restoring the glory of agriculture, and making people understand that there is a lot of glory in it. And everyone here, even the leadership today, the president is a farmer, the minister is a farmer. So everybody is going to go to farming. You see, the essence of the leadership at this level is to do advocacy, you know, wake government up to its responsibilities. These responsibilities are clearly spelled out in creating the enabling environment for people to be able to do agriculture. We are not saying government should give us money or anything. No, create the enabling environment. That is, we should have seeds that are certified as good. We should be able to get tractorization, some form of mechanization. We should be able to have some input from research findings and things like that, and we should be able to play in a very organized market. We should have minimum prices for what we produce and all that. So all these things are there, and we look forward to government to do its own. But you know, the private sector, more than anything, will be developed such that it will also be able to provide all these facilities for itself. But everywhere in the world, you see, government has to provide an enabling environment for this to thrive. Headquarters of AFAN at present is in Suite A22, Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham in Area 11. If you come in there, you will see AFAN. You are talking with me here in my office, and we coordinate activities of AFAN here. But in time, AFAN will build its own headquarters. If our people all pay their subscription, pay for their ID cards and all that, we will put all this money and produce or build our own headquarters, and everybody will see it. And our headquarters should really stand out in the landscape of Abuja. We should be able to have a multi-story building here as a farmer's house. This is what I envision for AFAN.
Sure, it's he who wears the shoes that knows where it pinches. If we are true with the statistics that 70% of the Nigerian workforce are farmers, then of course, they must form part of our policymakers. We're not done yet providing vital information on how you too can fit into any of the agricultural ventures. There is the livestock, crops, processing and research sectors open in the agricultural sector. Sometimes, for lack of information, we lack which areas to key into. We urge you to put into action opportunities shared here, and we will be glad to share your success stories if you reach us on the various contacts showing on your screen. Before we end today's edition of Farmers Diary, let's inform you that the researchers under the umbrella of the Agricultural Society of Nigeria have expressed their readiness to open up their works to assist Nigerian farmers increase productivity through modern technologies.
Agriculture covers a gamut of things. Research is at the center of it, because what research does is to generate technologies for the farmers. Because without technologies, agriculture cannot thrive.
Issues being discussed here are how to move agriculture forward, how to make food available, affordable for everyone, and then also policy issues, how policies around agriculture can be reformed, and then how research and development also. Because when you talk about agric, it's not just about business alone, but it's about research and development that will translate into business. So it's all encompassing issues. And then looking down on the value chains, how to add value to those agricultural commodities, that's aside from farmers' productivity, increasing yields, increasing productivity. If we increase yield productivity without looking into other areas, the value chain, then you have not done anything, because the post-harvest losses are enormous. The post-harvest losses are ripping us, of food, quality food, and then having meat, not just during cultivation period, not during farming season, but even during the dry season, the off seasons, we should have food all around the seasons. And then we should also be working towards the zero hunger. We need to have food. We need it. It's not just talking, but like all hands must be on deck.
Well, the essence of the society is to be able to bring scientists together to bring out new methodologies or technologies that they have found that could help farmers in improving their livelihood. So definitely at the end of this conference, our proceedings will come out, which will indicate papers that has indicated technological advancements that farmers can use to improve their productivity.
So, what are you waiting for? A lot of potentials in the agricultural sector, yet statistics reveal that about 29 million Nigerians are still jobless. Well, the ball is in your court right now, but if I were you, I would take to agriculture today. Do agric, it pays. I will see you again same time next week for advert placement. Call us on 080-3454-0469. I'm Iwe Sekunde. Bye for now.